This is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And first, I'd like to tell you that the winner of last week's viewer's favorite question was Too Young from Polydori Necropunk. Congratulations, Polydori Necropunk. And today we begin a new week of vlogs with a question from Magenta. And Magenta has a follow-up question to earlier vlogs where we've talked about the idea that the spirit of a potential child is often around the parents long before it is born. And I do believe that this is very often, although not always the case, but very often. And Magenta's question is, should a woman who is hoping to have children attempt to establish contact with the spirit or spirits of potential children who are around her hoping to be born into her family? And my answer to this question first is that it's very individual depending upon the person and their personal spiritual development. I think in general I would not consider it a good idea, and I would discourage it in and of itself. The idea of letting the universe or souls that are around you know that you're open to having them come to you without being specific to them, I think is a great idea. But trying to establish specific communication, I think, is very problematic for the following reasons. No matter how good you are at spirit messaging, the messenger can always warp the message, especially in situations that are very emotional, and this would be an emotional situation. And so I think that there is a high probability that the communication could be warped and inaccurate. And very often, when people are trying to bring through messages about things that they're highly personally concerned about, their hopes and their fears will color the messages that they get. Now, if the individual person is at a level of spiritual development where this is not an issue for them, and it is possible to be in that position to some extent, then it might be different. If the potential mother is a highly skilled oracle or a world walker, then it might be different, especially if she's anticipating a conscious incarnate in terms of her child. That is to say, if she already has an agreement with someone who she is expecting to be born to her, or she has an ancestor that she believes may want to come through her, then in that case a person at that skill level might want to try to establish contact, and that would be a different matter. But I think that if you're not at that skill level, it's not necessarily a great idea. Again, talking to the universe, talking to spirit, talking in general to your spirit guides and spirits who may be around you to say that you are wanting to have children and would certainly welcome them, or talking in general to the idea of a future child without necessarily having a dialogue is not necessarily a bad idea, but when it comes to dialoguing, there is a high probability of warping that message depending upon your own hopes and fears. Only if you're at a level of skill where you can really set that all aside would I think that this might be a good idea. So those would be my thoughts on the matter. I hope you find them helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you for Pagans Tonight Radio. Pagans Tonight Radio is an online radio network with different hosts and different shows 7 nights a week. There's something for every taste, including Spanish language programming on Saturday evening. Check out paganstonight.com today.